Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Thank you for joining Dolphins Thursday here today. Right now, I'm running solo. It would help if I sent my co-host a link. I forgot to hit Justin up with a link until just a couple minutes ago, so hopefully he can join us here soon. If not, it'd be a short Labor Day. But it's always good to talk Miami Dolphins. So welcome to all you guys that are in here this morning. Fins up, shake money. Fins up to all of you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're having a great day. And we are less than a week away from Miami Dolphins football. A week from today, we will know whether we're happy Dolphins, Dolph fans, or disappointed Dolphin fans. I think we're going to be happy Dolphin fans, so that's a good thing. Might as well have those positive thoughts until the first game because nothing being negative is not going to help, right? So might as well be looking forward to just football season. Have the Miami Dolphins go out to the West Coast, do what they couldn't do last year, win a game on the West Coast, come back home, but we won't be home other than for a practice for a week. We can right back up north to go face New England in week 2. But I'm hoping we'd be 1-0. Coming back all the way from the West Coast this year because last year's West Coast put a damper on the season. It just kind of went, a little bit downhill after that. And, we just never really regained. Yes, we snuck into the playoffs, beat the Jets, the final game of the season last year, but we never really got mojo back. Hey, DG Live, if you want to come in, I would drop a link. And let's see if you want to come in because I forgot to send a link to my co-host this morning. He's 2 hours behind. He's way out in Colorado, so he's 2 hours behind. So when I forgot to send him the link last night, he's probably thinking I'm not going on with the show. But anyway, guys, I just dropped the link for anyone to join. This can become a panel show. It'd be fun. Hear different views going. Hey. Good morning, Adam. And as always, fins up, Adam. Fins up. So it was a mixed result for Florida football teams this year. The Gators, this first week, Gators got beat pretty bad out in Utah. But Hurricanes beat up on the other Miami. We'll see where that stands. And then FSU last night took care of business against a not top ranked, but a highly ranked LSU team. So we'll see. It's good to see Florida football maybe bouncing back. So anyway, guys, I dropped the link if you want to join. But who's excited for the first? Oh, there we go. Here it comes. Hey, Mr. Oh, look, you're still rocking your Gator gear. They came up. They came up short. And hey, is my microphone good this morning?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. Well,
all right, good. So, hey, here comes our resident Buffalo Bills fan. So, we see. And guys, if you don't know who this is, I'm going to get his name up there in 1 second. Just give me a second. But that is DG Live, and I don't know why. There it goes, DG Live, and you can find him at that name right there here on YouTube and any of the social media. So just remember, DG Live. It's for Dolphins Gang Live. You add the extra E for his excellence. So, George, what are your thoughts on some of the college football games? What stood out to you before we get into all the Miami Dolphins? Did Deion Sanders' kid stand out to you? Did Caleb Williams? Of course, I think anyone with eyeballs, that kid stands out to everyone. So, what stood out to you this week in college football?
What really stood out to me, of course, Colorado and the Travis Hunter kid. Playing both sides. That's crazy. I never heard of that. Ever. So, he had got one interception, 100 yards receiving. So he might be able to win the Heisman over Caleb Williams if he
Wow.
keeps on that
Oh
pace.
yeah, if
Then
he keeps
yeah.
on doing that double duty, yeah, you're right. That could be because Caleb Williams is definitely the odds-on favorite.
Yeah,
So, I
but
saw you. Yeah, I saw. I saw. Getting back to the Dolphins real quick, I did see you tweet out something that you were like disappointed when Higgins got snagged up, and I know it just showed though that we underestimated his ability. Probably if 5 teams claimed him on waivers, it shows that teams were waiting for the Dolphins to place him on there. Just all 5 teams jumped on him, so that's a little concerning. But like I say, we don't know. He's a 6th-round pick. It would take, it may take a couple years to know if the Dolphins missed on that one or not. But it was kind of disappointing that him and Ryan Hayes, both draft picks, couldn't make the team when you only had 4 draft picks to begin with.
Like with the Cardinals, they got tight ends in the room. So my belief is they're gonna probably let him play some receiver. Because he did look good, like catching the ball for us. He did look good.
Right.
He showed some flashes, but it was just the blocking side of things. That's where he didn't really show us anything. So that's why I feel like the Cardinals will use him, and he might be on their team if he puts up some stats, he shows some potential out there. He probably gonna be on their team next year when they get Caleb Williams and whoever else they're gonna get with those high draft picks.
Yeah. Hey, we will see. So yeah, it should be fun time in Miami Dolphins land, and football land this coming week. So it's gonna be a lot of interesting stuff. But yeah, FSU, like I said, looked very good last night back on college for real quick. They looked good against it. Was sloppy in the beginning, but they end up coming back and basically taking care of LSU. But as far as the Dolphins are concerned, this is you can never say first game of the season is a must win, but they really need to go out there and do a good morning, Scotty. They really must go out there and show that they can win out on the West Coast. Miles Jack and Charles wasn't played both ways.
Oh, true. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah. So there are some, but it's rare. He's like just like Otani in baseball, and pitching and hitting. It's like a rare combination these days. So it's good to see these guys be versatile and do different stuff.
But like they the Travis Hunter kid, they gave him a comparison of Justin Jefferson and Jalen Ramsey combined. So imagine that. That's like high praise right there. So I don't know what the Dolphins will be in the future, but it sounds like tank for Travis. That's what it sounds like.
Tank for Travis. Hey, that's it. And obviously Dion leading to Hunter.
Yeah, of course. Dion did the same thing.
Yeah. Dion, of course, was mainly known, but yeah, he did. But he could do it. He could be great on special teams and everything too. So he could have even played baseball and stuff. So the man was obviously had a lot of talent.
Yeah, too much. And I don't even have none of that talent.
I know. He had to share some of that talent. He needed to share some of those skills for people across all sports. But anyway, yeah, man. Like I say, the Dolphins just have to go out there, win in Los Angeles, and let's see how that goes. Because last year when we went on the West Coast, it kind of all went downhill after that. We just kind of went into some kind of funk and really never came back out of it. Yeah, we looked okay against Buffalo, but looking okay and winning are two different things. And it's just, I don't know, it's just weird. So hopefully this year we get that West Coast trip out of the way quickly and, we come back with a big W for our Dolphin fans. So
yeah, I feel like since it's a fresh start, beginning of the season, we'll come in a little better prepared. We fought a lot of battles before we faced the Chargers last year. A lot of battles with the Tua injury and all that, Tua not really being used to that type of defense. They played the right defense against Tua, but Tua been going up against that type of defense all practice. So now Tua a little bit more prepared to go up against that type of defense and that offense. Hopefully we could stop the running game. Austin Eckler, he's good, but I feel like their running game is not that special for us to not be able to stop it.
Right.
The only thing I'm really worried about is the receivers. I'm pretty sure Cam Smith will probably be starting, and the Chargers, they got three solid receivers, all of them at least 6'2" and up, and
No,
yeah, so he's gonna have a hard task out there going up against those guys.
no, but hey, that's what it's all about. And as a rookie, he's going to have a target on him every single time. They're going to, until he shows, they're going to say, "Oh, there's a rookie out there. Let's
Mhm.
test him and see what he can do." And that's natural. I mean, the Dolphins would do the same thing if they line up a rookie cornerback. They're going to see, and he's, Dolphin fans are just going to have to be a little bit patient. I know we're going to say, "Oh, he's a bust." He's going to get burned. Every single cornerback. I mean, the great Deion Sanders that we just mentioned, he had games where he got burned, so it's just
Mhm.
going to happen. So what's it? But I think he looks like he's a good dog, as the good dog, the DAWG dog. It just looks like he's
Mhm.
out there. I know Xavier Howard really impressed by him, and he's really, really impressed with Kohu. So,
Mhm.
hopefully we get some cornerbacks out there that, because you're going to get beat. The Cam Smith got beat against Jacksonville. Hopefully he learned from that and,
Mhm.
he's able to move forward. So, and that was just a preseason game. So get that out of the way, Cam. But I like Cam Smith. Seems like he's going to be really contributor to this team, unlike last year's rookie class that basically we got nothing out of last year. So this year, I think we're going to see if A-Chain's shoulder's okay, and it may not be this week, but I think he'll be ready this week from what he says. McDaniel's doing the coach speak, saying, "Oh, we're not sure, we're going to see," but A-Chain says he's playing, so that's good. So I think we see some contribution from him. Not in as every down, first down guy, but we're going to see he's going to catch a lot of balls. I think this year, and he should add a good element to the team. There's my man. I have to owe an apology to. I forgot to. Hey, Justin, I had to drop a public link because I forgot to send you the link last night. Sorry, Jay.
Mhm.
Oh, you're good, bro.
Yeah, I forgot. So we got our buddy DG. He came in. Him and I just been talking some college football. Now that you're here, Justin is a bona fide Colorado. He's been saying Colorado before they were a blimp on the map. So I guess you were happy that first game that Colorado went in there and beat a team that was in the playoffs last year. So I'm sure that gave you some thrills.
Oh, they were in the national championship game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, exactly. The national
I was very
championship.
excited.
Yeah. So that was good. And I think Dion's going to be golden as a recruiter. I mean, what kid's not going to want to play for Deion Sanders? So, I mean, if all things being equal and all those, I know now NIL deals and yada, yada, yada. But if all those deals are all the same, and then it's like, oh, I'm going to play for Deion Sanders or some stunzy old coach, I'm going to Deion Sanders. So,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, what better place to go play, I don't know if anybody knows about their roster or not, but it's loaded with 5-star recruits. It's just loaded. I
yeah.
don't know if you
I
caught
know
it.
he cleared a lot of people. I know he ruffled feathers when he first got there because he said, if you're not my type player, you're not going to be happy. I would get in that transfer portal.
Oh yeah, dude, he got he cleared out basically 90% of the roster. So he
Yeah.
brought in all of his own transfer portals. He even said it when he got there. He's like, "We're here to win. So if you need business, you're not down to win, just go ahead and skip out of town right now." And most of them transferred right out of town.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught any of the game, like any of the highlights or any of the other talk that was around the game, but there's a player that was playing there that this Travis kid, this Hunter Travis. He played both ways, played over 100 snaps, played on offense, played on defense.
Yeah, DG already mentioned him. He was saying, man, that guy might, he goes, if he continues that up, he may replace, that's what DJ was saying this morning. He was saying he could replace Caleb Williams as a front runner for the Heisman if he could do that.
Absolutely. But when you're
Mhm.
playing both ways like that, I've never even heard of such a thing. Like they mentioned it during the game, and I was like, no way. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know because some guys have done it, but not like every, because like even Dion, like Scotty pointed out, he did it, he played a little receiver at times, but this is like all out doing all game, and it's
Yep.
it's crazy. So it'd be fun to see.
He is him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is.
it's going to be fun to see, man. So I know that's good for you because Colorado's basically been in the tank for a couple years. No one even, not even a blip on the radar. Now you actually got some national exposure, so I'm sure you're happy.
It's been pretty bad around here, almost as bad as being a Nuggets fan. CU has never been relevant. We haven't had a championship, which was a shared national championship, which was in the year, I think it was 1999 or something like that. We shared a co-national championship with Georgia Tech. It's like one of the only times I've ever.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I remember
it's the only time we ever won a national championship game. So I was like, oh wow, man, this is weird. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's early. If they could keep the momentum going and actually contend within the Pac-12, which they're only going to be there this year. I'll be pretty excited for it. There's a lot of competition in the Pac-12, though.
Yeah.
You got Oregon State, you got Washington, and of course you got USC. So, I mean, there's a lot of competition still.
No, for sure. And before we get back to Dolphins, but all this Dolphins football, all this conference realignment is going to be crazy. Some people are going to have to change their names and so because ACC, when it's Atlantic, and you got a team all the way on the Pacific Coast now playing in the Atlantic next year when Cal joins there or whenever they're set to. That's crazy. They're gonna have to call it like the all. They're gonna have to keep the name like All College Conference or something like that.
They're gonna have to call it the all coast Atlantic. No, I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come up with something because that's crazy. But now these teams are gonna have to travel. Puts a lot of trouble. But you know what? It just shows. It's all about the money. They can talk about, it's academics. Yeah, blah,
yes,
blah,
sir.
blah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. They don't care about what these kids can bring in. That's it, right, DG?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you want to see competition against competition, man. And some of these conferences, they don't have as much competition as the others. Yeah. And they just need like, let's say a team like FAU, like if they end up being really good one year, like UCF, you seen what UCF did that one year. They were undefeated. Now they're on like a higher standard. So like a lot of lower level schools, they really need to do what UCF did to really get to that standard. But as of right now, the top dogs gonna stay the top dogs and the low dogs gonna stay the low dogs. But
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the SEC is king until someone knocks off the SEC. But that's why they're all. And that's why teams wanted to move because they were saying there was rumblings that FSU wanted to leave the ACC because they weren't happy and all of that. So I understand why they're doing it. But now let's get on to what everyone comes to talk about here on the Dolphins Thirsty. And remember, guys, if you're in here, if you can give me a fins up, which means a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Oh, look at those hats, guys. Justin, I'm going to get one of those hats from Justin, and I'm going to give it away when we hit 500 subscribers. So hopefully that comes soon. We're just over a little 400. But like I say, I don't really look at you guys as subscribers. I look at you guys as teammates because I just love talking about the Miami Dolphins. So, Justin, I get your take first here. So we're 1 week away. What's your expectation level going into week one? Are you just like, they better win it, or it's a tough game?
Oh, man. I don't have no expectations. I'm gonna go into the season with zero expectations.
Hey, that's probably the best way
to put expectations on something, I get let down. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, it's week one. It's a time to start the slate clean, start new, come out and show everybody exactly what you got, what we're working with this year. Granted, we're on the road. I don't care. You should be able to come out there still and put up a good game and come out of there with a W. That's how I really feel about it.
Yeah. No, I do too, man. And like you say, that's the best way to do it. But it's hard as a fan not to put expectations on the team. But I like that. That's a good approach because then if it does go bad, it won't hurt as much. But I'm really stoked for this. He's saying that when I said that, that's called, yes, that's unfortunately because, yes, the Dolphins have.
Yeah, if you're a Dolphins fan, you have some sort of PTSD already. So, I mean, we've all
they break our heart more often than not. So, Gigi, what's your expectation? We started talking about it a little bit, and then that's when Justin broke in. So, what's your expectation this week going out there against the Chargers?
I would have no expectations as well, but I do have my my guesses as far as what I think will happen. I feel like our offense will probably put up probably 27 minimum
Oh
points.
I like
Yeah,
that. I
minimum.
like that. Justin shaking his head because he says, I don't want to get all pumped up and they break our heart when they in the fourth quarter they got like 13 points or something. But
If they win the game 17-14, I'll be happy.
oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it
Of
doesn't
course, of
matter.
course. Yeah, if we
Yeah.
win the game, that's all that matters. If we win
That's
the
right.
game.
That's
So what
it.
do you think our defense is? Our defense going to have some growing pains in the fantasy, or are they going to start the season doing well?
I feel like I feel like the Chargers will put up points as well. Like it's gonna be like a last few drive type of game. So it's gonna be back and forth until like the fourth quarter. So that's how I feel like the game will be. Mhm.
Yeah, hey, no, that's fair, man. That's more than fair. So that's awesome. So, like I say, I hope the Dolphins win. It's not a must win because week one, but I'm gonna be off Dolphins Twitter for a week if they lose because all the naysayers should be it's gonna be blowing up, and it's gonna be blowing up, gonna be nasty, and it's just the season's gonna be over according to Dolphins Twitter if they go out there and lose. So
It's all Tua's fault.
yeah, I know they were blaming Tua, they were blaming the coach, they were blaming whoever. Great, they were finding someone to blame. So it's gonna be. But like I say, I'm happy that most of the NFL is looking to increase points. But yeah, I know that is true, man. Just like all these sports, they try to, they juice the baseballs, they do all of this because people love runs and offense. I mean, though
Well,
Justin will say defense wins championships, the trenches win championships, but for whatever reason, the fans love offense, and that's
if
what
you
brings in.
traditionally look at the way things have gone, the way NFL seasons have gone, typically the defenses will usually be ahead of the offenses. And then the offenses like about week 6, week 7. What's up, RL Lyles? That's my boy right there. What's up, RL? If they catch up, then the offenses usually catch up to the defenses about, week 6, week 8. So traditionally, the defenses are ahead of the offenses.
Yeah, no, that's what I've always heard, and I do believe, especially even within your own team and training camp, you always get reports of, oh, the offense is looking bad and the defense dominating out there. And it's just every year we buy into the same narrative, but like you say, it's just it's a little quicker to do the defense.
It's kind of crazy because I don't know if it was like the moon in retrograde had me feeling like the Dolphins roster was terrible like about a week ago. I was like, oh, we don't have enough beef up front. We don't have enough this. And then like all of a sudden, lo and behold, they went and made some practice squad additions, which I thought were kind of big. In my opinion, the Rashard Lawrence kid is a one gap penetrator. He's
actually on the active roster when you look. So is he really? He's actually on because, like you say, me and you were thinking, when you go to Miami Dolphins website and look at their active roster, he's listed on their active roster. So
that's crazy. Maybe I bet you it's just because they're planning to bring him back and forth in between the practice squad and the roster a lot. Like one of those locked designated guys that you're like, hey, I'm going to bring this dude up, and there's nothing no one can do about it unless they poached him. Like one of those guys they hide behind the scenes and bring up and down the roster to help the roster.
No, I know that's what I'm saying, but I hadn't seen no reports because Barry Jackson actually tweeted out that he had signed to the practice squad. But if you go to MiamiDolphin.com, look at their active roster, it says, he's on the active roster and he's not listed on the practice squad. It's like just one of the social media guys making a mistake in the social media room, or is it actually true? And I haven't even seen if I know you're on top of this, DG. Has Eli Apple changed his jersey number yet?
I don't think so. I think
right now we got 2 number 33, so something's gonna have to give.
Yeah, somebody got to change it. I don't think Chris Brooks is going to change. So
it Brooks looks good in that 33. I like a running back in 33. So
yeah, he does. I like it too.
Yeah. So, all right. I know that's just small talk. Doesn't really matter. I was just curious. But I think Eli Apple. Do you think Eli Apple starts, guys, this week?
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, he'll be the starter on the other side.
I don't like that one.
Why?
Because he likes Cam Smith more.
I
Well,
like him more.
Cam Smith is good, but Eli Apple's a veteran. He's been in a Super Bowl just like a couple of years ago. Like they'll probably start Eli Apple.
Yeah. So don't worry, but Cam Smith's going to get. We know how the NFL is. DG, they're going to
He's gonna
rotate
get
defensive
he's gonna
backs.
get
Half the time, there's like multiple defensive backs on the field every play anyway. So
he's gonna get spin for sure, bro. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna get spin for sure.
yeah,
I guarantee
yeah.
it. And if
Yeah, no,
nobody knows what that means when I say he's gonna get spin, that means he's gonna get playing time.
yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And like I said to people, please don't jump off a bandwagon because he's going to get burned. Every cornerback is burned, but a rookie, he's going to have a target on his back. He's going to have like a little red light over his head when the quarterback sees him out there. He's going to say, "Oh, let's see what this kid can do." Because if you have an option, oh, am I going to throw Xavier Howard way or am I going to throw Cam Smith way? They're going to go throw Cam Smith way, So
it's crazy, man. Like the skill players obviously are the ones who get all the love. I understand that. I get it. But I still can't stop talking about that stuff up front. We went from being a little bit real thin to being what I consider just a little bit kind of like a good problem to have, a little bit deeper than you would be. You got Wilkins, you got Sealer, then you got Agba, then you got Deshaun Hand, then you got the kid they just brought in, the Rashard Lawrence, and then you got the Peely. Like they're looking pretty stacked up front now. They got like 4 different bodies you can run into the stand down, 1 tech, 3 tech.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice because the defense now has a lot of what it needed that what it didn't have. You have that stout 1 tech and the Rashard Lawrence you could use. Yeah. You could even use PB right there. You also got Raekwon Davis still. I mean, they're looking good up front. The offensive line, obviously, we want that to come more along where the defensive line is. We want them to catch up. Right. You'll see that happening once they get into the rhythm of NFL football, playing every day. The offense maybe finally catches up with the defense. I want to see the offensive line in particularly start playing the game just nasty, just finishing every block, just lighting people up, getting to the edge on the reach blocks. Just I'm pretty excited.
Well, you are known as digging in the trenches, so that goes right with
like I know, like I heard somebody mention this on a show, I forgot where it was, but someone asked a question if Mike McDaniels is kind of changing the outside zone scheme into like a power gap zone scheme because our guards aren't traditional outside zone scheme guards, but they make it work. And it kind of like made me think a little bit like, damn, maybe he really is, because like the guards that they have they're more like power gap fitting, but they kind of can make it work by limiting the amount of athletic ability they use. But then when they do use it, it's very underrated and they kind of get out there and make the play work. So it's kind of like a good mixture of both, if you kind of understand what I'm saying.
No, I do. And very good points as always. And a little kudos to Justin, because right after the draft and the undrafted free agency, all those signings were, Justin came on and said, I think there's 2 or 3 guys that could legitimately make this team, and people busting them up and, oh, you're crazy. This is a playoff caliber team. There's no way that 3 undrafted or 2 undrafted guys, at most maybe 1, and some of them are saying none on this team. And lo and behold, here we are 1 week away, and there's 3 out there.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, 3. I know. So Justin, you said that long time ago. So and the ones that are on the team right now, you all mentioned that's possible. People being on the team. So
the ones that he's right. Thank you, Rob. You're definitely right. I remember coming on the show talking about the guys that are on the team now that are undrafted. Brandon Peely was like one of the first ones I pointed out. Like, I think he's got a definite chance to make the roster. Here he is. The one that really surprised me, it's not Julian Hill, because I called that one. He had something in my eye that I was like, nah, dude. The way he catches the ball and his underrated ability with the yak yardage after he catches the football is the reason why Julian Hill's on the football team. Plus his point of attack at when he blocks at the point of attack. When you can block like that at the point of attack and inline, you're on to something real nice.
He won McDaniel over.
Yep. And the one that surprised me is the running back. And the reason why the running back surprised me is because the way the Dolphins view the running back position. Jared Dokes was a bigger running back like Chris Brooks. Maybe didn't run with as much oomph. It's stuff like that made me not think Chris Brooks would have a chance. But you know what? The kid went out there and he did his thing, and he deserves to be on the roster. He runs hard runner, something we didn't have on the team. He runs with an attitude. I wouldn't call him like a speed burner or a world beater or anything like that, because most of the other backs on our team are really fast. So it's kind of a great little mix to have. Now we have someone who can bang it in between the tackles a little bit.
Yeah. What do you have to say on that, George? I know you're like Justin. You really scout all these guys. So I know you were like, I know you were upset we lost a couple of our draft picks. You were mad that Higgins snuck through and Hayes. But what's your thought on some of the undrafted guys? Do you agree, DG?
Yeah, I do agree with all of them. I kind of thought that Jalen Twyman had the edge over Brandon Pilley, but I'm guessing he proved something wrong. And also, I did learn that our D-line coach, he used to coach at USC, and he was the one who recruited Brandon Pilley. So that's probably the reason why he probably got that better rapport with Brandon Pilley to keep him on the team rather than Jalen Twyman. So that was understandable. Julian Hill, he offered more as far as blocking, more than Elijah Higgins. And, with this offense, Coach McDaniel, he talked about you got to learn how to block first before you do anything else. So that makes sense as to why he made the team over Elijah Higgins. And also Chris Brooks, I ain't think he was going to make the team until that Houston Texans game. I'm like, oh, this kid, he got something. He got something. And then they started talking about him at practice with that 95-yard run and all that, and then and we don't really have that power back in the room. Like, we all think Jeff Wilson could be that power back, but Jeff Wilson, I don't think he offers what Chris Brooks offers as far as being that like goal line running back. Sometimes I watch the film on Chris Brooks, like some DBs, they scared to tackle him. They're scared to tackle him. They see the size on him. So that's a good thing to have in our running back room, because everybody else is pretty much speed, catching the ball out the backfield, all that. So defense is not really going to worry about having that Derrick Henry back there, that AJ Dillon back there. We don't really have that, but now we kind of do have that with Chris Brooks.
I seen that video, dog. I seen that video.
Oh yeah, the Chris Brooks one.
The comparison to AJ Dillon for Brooks. That's a good video.
Yeah,
that's on your channel, DG.
Yeah, that's on my channel. I
make sure you check it out. Okay, cool. I would check it out. And then I also saw, guys, if you want to check like a motivational speaking video, check out Julian Hill speaking to a group of people. That's on your channel still. DG, is that still up there?
Yes. It's up there as a short, but I also have it on my Twitter. I just posted.
Oh, okay, cool. That was cool. That was a good little motivational thing.
Hey, real quick, when he talked about Brandon Pilley, do you remember me calling you on your phone? You remember me calling you on your phone, and I was like, hey, our defensive line coach, Austin Clark, coach Brandon Pilley at USC.
Yeah, you did. You brought that. So that's why it's the second time I've heard that story. So, but it is right. So you guys are on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's
I know
big
one
time.
guy. Did you ever see if Garrett Nelson got picked? I thought he showed some, I know it's Dolphins are tough to make because 3 already made it. So he just happened to pick the bad team to come to.
I haven't heard anything about him going anywhere yet.
I'm surprised. I hope he doesn't have to go the XFL or the USFL route, but he may have to, because the kid can play football.
Yeah, he can play. It's possible that maybe they're like, hey, we're sorry. Things shook out. You got caught up in a numbers game, but keep your phone by you because we might be calling you back. So they might be what they said to him.
Yeah, I know, because I thought he looked pretty good, But overall, that Justin, these guys came, and it was 3 guys made the team on what we think is a playoff caliber team. So for 3 undrafted rookies, you got to give whoever credit for that.
Man, you know what? You know what that really tells you when you really look at the team and you look around the league and you look around the NFL. I mean, from a coaching perspective, like someone who's been in a locker room and knows what that feels like, and knows like the big deal about an undrafted player making the team. Do you realize how that makes the rest of the team feel? Like they let out shouts when those guys make the team and heard that they make the roster, because it shows that they're very competitive, and
Right.
that they're going to be in every game that they play in. That's what that shows me, is it's that this team is dangerous. They're hungry. They're ready to play football right now. I'm very excited to see what this leads to. The undrafted players making the team is a lot bigger deal than anybody's making it out to be.
Yeah. I agree. And Scotty, I didn't mean to bring up yours when we were talking about the defense back. He says Holland, Apple, and Kohu will definitely start week 1.
Yes,
That's it. So
absolutely, I agree.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. So there you go. But hopefully, Xavier Howard, he raves about Cater Kohu. He says, he
Yep.
hardly knew who he was last year. Now this year he's raving him. He says this guy has the dog, but the good dog, the D. He goes, that guy has the dog in him, and
Well,
he's going to be good.
let's
And I
hope
thought
that
of you
Xavier
again,
Howard.
Justin. That's your term, the dog. So
Yeah, let's hope he's right. Let's hope Xavier Howard is right, because I'm going to tell you this right now. He's going to be targeted a lot. He's going to be thrown out quite a bit. They're going to choose a guy to go at, and it's probably going to be his side. They're going to try to test Eli Apple, and they're going to try to test Cater Kuho.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of course they are. I mean, that's what that's it. And then if they go up there and they prove it, then, maybe other things start happening. But yeah, so that gives them a chance. Here comes our resident Buffalo Bill fan. Sorry, had to bow. Don't worry, man. It's good you coming in, man. I don't care.
Dang.
Oh man. So hey, it's all good. Be back for your next show.
Be back for you. Okay.
That's fine. Whatever, Mr. Buffalo Bill fan. That's all fine, man. It's all good. Thank you, man. Just make sure before you leave, though, Michael K., your cover was blown last night by someone. He's a good guy, though. But make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I don't know if okay, there. That's thank you, Scotty. He took the time. I just checked up. They have 54 on their act. So yeah, it's probably Rashad. I don't know why they and only showing 15 on the practice run. I would say it's probably Rashard Lawrence.
It's
someone in the media.
It was just it's a typo on the Miami Dolphins media. Their media. You can't have 54. That they don't 53, and then he's a part of the practice squad. That's how I'll see it right there.
And Scotty, if I could give you a thumbs up, I would. There's a thumbs up. Thank you for that info, because I didn't count, so I should have counted, Scotty. That's why you're the famous one in here, because he's always in. He's a good guy, man. I like that. So that's good to know. I think this must be Rashard Lawrence that is the one that's going to be, or it could be someone else. I've been wrong many times before.
I think when it comes into the game, and I'm going to be watching it, one of the things that I guess I should say that I'm concerned with and that I'm going to keep my eye on, it's going to be the right tackle, number 73, Austin Jackson. That's where my eyes are going to go during almost every snap, because I'm pretty confident in the rest of the O-line besides the right side. So I'm going to pay attention over there to see how he does to the, is it going to be Joey Bosa out there that he's blocking one-on-one, or who's coming at him? So I'm going to pay attention to a lot of the one-on-one matchups. If it is Joey Bosa that he is going to be defending most of the time, I'm not even going to play around with this, bro. I'm going to pull over Smythe right over there next to him.
Yeah. No, you're going to have to, for sure. I mean, they got good pass rushers, so, I mean, they got both sides taken care of, just like hopefully we got both sides on the pass rusher taken care of. So there's not going to be this is a good test for the offensive line out of the gate, It's going to be a good test.
It is.
And because if you don't have Armstead in there, he's saying his goal is to be ready, but that's not super reassuring. His goal is to be there. At least when they asked Waddle, he says, I will be ready. When they asked A-Chain, he said he's 100% going to be. But that might just be the rookie and him being all back, the team may hold him back or whatever. But he says he's going to be ready. But when I saw him saying, my goal is to be ready, let's see. But that's how almost all he talked all last year. He doesn't want to put, I guess, get anyone's hopes up. And then, so we'll see, man. But yeah, it's going to be, if he's not there, I mean, that's going to be a rough week 1 maybe hey, it's a way to throw them to the fire. If you have to start Lamb, and he's facing those guys out there, hey, at least he's going to learn week 1 what it takes to be a starter. So, and you say you like Lamb. One of you guys did. I forget which one that he's better. Yeah, okay. He's better than our previous backup options.
Yeah.
Well, he's serviceable. Like, he's a swing tackle for a reason in the NFL. This is going to be his last chance, basically, to resurrect his career. If you're trying to make your known name, this is the time to do it, like you just said. If Armstead's not going to start, Kendall Lamb's going to start at left tackle.
Right.
Isaiah Wynn will start at left guard. Connor Williams will start at center. Robert Hunt will start at right guard, and Austin Jackson at right tackle. But this being said, this is huge. This is crucial. This is kind of big and outlining to the whole season the way things are going to go. So be prepared. If Kendall Lamb does play, I think you're going to see a lot of 12 formation sets already, things we didn't run last year that you needed to. And the reason why you didn't run them is because people's Mike Get Sexy was on the team. So every time he'd come out to play football, everybody was like on the defense, pass. So everybody knew it was a pass. So now we have your other tight ends come in who can actually block at the point of attack and in line.
Right, it opens things up.
It's going to be different. That's why the tight ends on this team is so crucial. That's why Higgins didn't make it, because he's not as good a blocker as Julian Hill. He's not as physical as Julian Hill. That's why he made the roster. Mike McDaniels made it an emphasis on, you're going to block on this team as a tight end, and you're not going to be on this team. And that's because he's getting ready to run the ball down people's throats. So that's my plan. I would see coming out is seeing a lot of 12 formations. Hell, you might even see some 13 formations, or so 22 formations.
Wow.
You're going to need to throw blocking formations out there to counteract what they're trying to throw at you.
Yeah. So, DG, what do you think about Scotty? Are you concerned? I am too. Are you concerned about Connor Williams snapping, or do you think it's just a little blurb and we will recover, DG?
I mean, he got some time to sharpen it out. And, as far as like the Chargers D line, I'm not too worried about what they have in the interior. They don't really have like Aaron Donald in there. They don't have no Chris Jones. The only two people we really have to worry about is Bosa and Mac. After that, they don't really have anything in the D line. I feel like our O line could like hold up against the D line if they're not going up against Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa. So, and every time you run the ball, either you're going to the right or the left. So if you're going to the right, we just gotta worry about double teaming them, Bosa or Mac, and then everybody else. I feel like everybody could control their man, and we could probably get some yards in the running game. And if we run it down the middle like that power running scheme, I feel like we could do that as well. Like Connor Williams, I trust them against what's his name, Sebastian Joseph Day. That's who they have in the middle, and who was that? Austin Johnson.
Sebastian Day is how you called it.
Yeah, that's who they got in the middle. So I'm not really worried about those guys. I feel like our Robert Jones, him, and whoever starts at left guard, we should be fine. And who is it? Isaiah Wynn, probably.
Yeah,
Wynn and Hunt are the guards. Yeah,
so I feel like those guys should be set. So we could have our way, but we just gotta scheme it up correctly. 12 personnel will probably be perfect to do whatever we want to do with the Chargers.
Yeah, and you'll see a ton of this year.
Back to you, real quick, Justin. What do you think of Scotty's comments about the 12 personnel with only 3 tight ends being on the roster?
Oh, that's a good point.
Why not? Why do you not anticipate a lot of 12 formation? That would be my question to him. Why? Because there's only 3 tight ends on the roster. So what? That you're going to need to run what you need to run. That's why they're here, is to run 12 formation. If I come out there and I'm starting to watch a game and I see us running a lot of 5 wide receiver sets and 11 formation, I'm going to get pissed off. So
Yeah, all right. Hey.
You got these guys in here to do this so you can run the football. And if you're going to go away from not trying to win the game and run the football, I'm going to get mad, because I'm not trying to wing it around like we did last year just because you got Tyreek over here and Waddle over here. That's ridiculous. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear a thought of it. You need to run the ball. You need to.
Oh, no, we definitely.
That's why you got Chris Brooks. I don't understand. See, this is tripping me out. Wilson's down for the first 4 games. That's why Brooks is on this roster. If I'm the coach, I'm going to run Brooks until the wheels fall off, especially at the beginning of the year, dude. I'm going to be like, here. I'm going to keep giving it to you, too. I'm going to feed you until you can't move no more. And the reason why is because it's going to take pressure off of the rest of my offense. I've been saying this for 3 years now. Run the damn ball, take the pressure off of Tua, and then when we have to pass, we're going to hit them, and we're going to hit them hard. The defense will play tough defense, and we can grind out the damn game. You have to run the ball. If you come out there in 11 formations trying to get a tipsy-tally cute, no, I'm going to get mad. I want to run 12 formation or run 13 formation or run jumbo. I want to show jumbo looks, and I want to pass out of it. I want to show 4 wide receiver sets, and I want to bring A-chain in motion, and I want to run out of it. I want to do things no one else is doing.
Yeah, hey, no, that sounds trying to get everyone. Hey, Steve Malloy, welcome to you. Good morning.
Steve.
And Newfoundland and whoever else I haven't given a good morning to. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, man,
and
you come out there like this 11 formation, all these 5 wides trying to get cute. Defenses are going to be like, oh, look, it's the same Dolphins team they had last year trying to get these guys the ball, the playmakers the ball in their hands and have them do everything over the middle. Now, I don't have a problem with you getting the ball out of your hands fast, but get it to the playmakers on the edge and have it blocked up correctly if you're going to try to have these short passes act as like a running game for you. I'm okay with that, but get the ball out of Tua's hands fast. I do not want him sitting and waiting and lingering unless the blocking is called for it. Like you got a max protect set. He's going to be looking downfield. It's only like a 1 read he has to make and the ball goes out. Fine. You know what I mean? Like I don't want him holding the ball. I don't want him holding the football. I want it coming out of his hand.
Hey, guys, and don't hold on to making a decision to buy some Miami merchandise. The Dolphins are coming soon, and Dolphins Thirsty is now a affiliate partner with Fanatics. If you click on the link in the below in my description here on this video, I will get a small commission, full disclosure, but you pay the same. You pay no extra. You can use any promo
Full
code.
disclosure.
Right? Yeah, you can use any promo codes that they have, get your discount, and I would just get a little thread of the profit. I would get a little bit of money. You pay nothing, but Fanatics would just give me a little commission if you click from my link and make a purchase. It would just help the channel, make things fun, and that's it. I'm not a guy here asking for donations and all that stuff. I'm just, but that would help out the channel if you do that. So I'm an affiliate member, not an official partner, but an affiliate member. It means I got approved for their affiliate link. And if you click on that link and you go buy something, I get a little thread of the profit. So that's my disclosure. And
full disclosure.
Yeah, full disclosure. So that's it. I just want to thank you guys for that. I haven't even got one yet. I just joined this week. I would love it. I just, cool.
You're grinding out there, man. You're doing your thing.
Yeah, it'd be cool. And Justin, you're always doing your things. And if they want to buy somewhere outside of Fanatics, they can reach you.
That's right.
And right. And I'm going to be getting a hat from you. And I'm going to be giving one of those hats away when we hit the 500 subscriber. I prefer to call it the 500 teammate. I will go ahead and I'm going to give away one of those hats to show them your hats that you have there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Full disclosure.
Yeah, full disclosure. One of you guys that have a chance to wear one of those caps, I'm going to give
those ones
away.
are the new ones right there they got out.
Yeah,
those ones are
looking sharp. So
yeah, those ones too. Pretty cool. Some
one of
some
you
styles.
will be.
These ones are all mine, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I have some other ones.
Yeah, but if you do want to buy some, you can reach out to Justin. He's on Twitter at JPF Scout. That's a good place to get a hold of him, and he brings the good stuff.
Full disclosure, I'll hook you up.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. There's and George, if they want to get one of your Dolphin Gang shirt, what's the best way for them to reach you?
I put a little hold on my Dolphin Gang shirts.
Okay.
I'm doing some things with my channel. I have some things coming ahead, so it's on a little hold. But I will be doing like a second drop with like new merch. Yeah. So as soon as that happens, I'll let you guys know.
All right. Hey, perfect. Anyway, guys, so thank you for joining there. All of our promos are out of the way. Now we're back to Dolphin football before the end of the show. So I'm hoping, though, for a playoff winning season. That's what I've said all along. No other expectations. Not saying I'm booking my hotel in Las Vegas and buying my Super Bowl tickets, but I do expect this Miami Dolphins team to win at least one playoff game. It's been since December 30th, 2000, since the last time the Dolphins have won a playoff. That's way too long in Dolphin land. We're mentioned in the same breath as the Detroit Lions, who are also on pace to probably win a playoff game this year. And if they win one and we don't, we're going to be the longest team without a playoff win. So we want to get that out of the way. I think we can all agree on that. Right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I say. We may not always agree on how the team should be built, on how the coaches should call calls, but the one thing we do agree, we all want them to win. That's a line Steve would say on his Fins Talk Sports Network show, Real Talk. He always says that disclaimer. So I stole your line, Steve, if you're still in here.
It's crazy. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like you said, full disclosure, totally honest, not going to blow smoke up anyone's butt. If there's a type of team and a type of composure and like an aura that gets set here from the beginning right out the gate, it would be my preference. If you guys remember the second preseason game that they had where they rushed the ball for over 200 yards, I want to do this on a weekly basis. I want to come out there and I want to dominate the line of scrimmage and I want to run the football. This would be my game plan to winning a Lombardi trophy in the 305. I want to run the ball down people's throats, and then when they're like, "Damn, we got to bring them all into the box now." Bam! I'm going to hit them over top with my guy.
That's it. That's why the Dolphins. If the Dolphins can run, they'll be a deadly team with the
Watch
outside
out,
weapons they have and the accuracy.
Game like that. Woo!
Yeah, no, that's what we've been on. Hey, don't get your expectations up, Justin. You said you had no, but yeah, now you're getting fired up.
I know.
I agree. Don't you, George? If the Dolphins can run the football, they're going to be a very, very.
Oh my God! If they can run the ball, dude. Like I think they can, and I think they can. Then this team is going to be dangerous, bro. Dangerous.
Yeah. Hey, Steve says I'm going to start charging for using my line. All right, I give you 2 cents. I give you my 2 cents every time, but that's what he always says. So, it is his little line. Like we may not always agree, but we do agree. We want the Dolphins to win. So, But anyway, guys, it's almost at the end of the show. And guys, if you are in here and you haven't hit that thumbs up button, do it again, please.
Tackle it.
Yeah, tackle. Throw a Dan Marino laser pass, Tua laser pass, whoever your quarterback is. Throw that laser pass at it, and I appreciate it because it helps the channel too. So, George, what are your final thoughts on week 1 as it approaches quick? Do you have any prediction, or you're saving it for your channel later?
I did say my predictions earlier. As far as what I think the defense and the offense, what they will provide. Yeah. But I do have a question for Justin.
What's that?
How do you feel? How do you think Vic Fangio will use Kelvin Joseph, the new cornerback that we got from the Cowboys?
I think you'll see him used in a lot of zone sets, stuff that they're going to use, like a lot of cover 2 lurk, a lot of stuff like that, where he's going to be kind of reading the quarterback's eyes, looking into the backfield. I think he's going to be used at first as a lot on special teams and as a gunner. I think that's how they'll probably use someone like that. I kind of like the addition. I really do. And the reason why, because it gives competition to iron sharpens iron. Cam Smith, it makes him better. It makes all the other cornerbacks, like the Nickerson they brought in, all the other guys, it'll just make them a lot better. Joseph will be used in a lot of the zone heavy sets, I guess you should say. So you'll see him in a lot of the sub packages if that's what they decide to roll out there. I think a lot of the trade for Noah for him kind of was Noah needing to be in a new place and start over. Kelvin Joseph can come over here and hone his craft in with a Vic Fangio. It was a great swap for the team. But at the same time, the reason why the Dolphins are like, yeah, we need to jump on this and do it is because Nick Needham will not be here for the first, couple weeks of the season until he comes off of the PUP. I think that had a lot to do with the decision. But as far as where you're going to see him, you don't want him in manned up situations. You don't want him in a lot of man-on-man press coverages. You want him in zone looks because that's where he excels in those looks.
Okay.
Good question, Scotty. I haven't really thought of it, so I don't want to throw names out at random. But Scotty says maybe one of you guys have thought of this. Thirsty, who are your 4 inactive game day players? He did make a very good point earlier because last year we always had a tight end on there, but now we only have 3 really tight ends. So I don't really see them putting one of the tight ends on that because then you only got 2 and Ingold. But so I don't know. That's shoot.
You're not gonna like what I have to say, but one of them, Teron Armstead.
Wow.
Don't tell me that. I hope not. But hey, no, for sure. If he's not a go, he's going to be inactive. I mean,
that's one of my guesses right there. Teron Armstead would be inactive. Here, I'll give you another.
Actually, Elijah Campbell, he's on the active roster, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
So he's going to be inactive for this first game.
Yeah, that'll be another one. That's 2. I hope Teron Armstead's not an inactive, but that would be my guess. Teron Armstead, Elijah Campbell, maybe Salvin Ahmed, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And maybe A-Chain if his shoulder's not 100. It could be a flop between those 2. We don't know.
That's true.
Definitely. Who else is the injured guy? I know Elijah Campbell, but don't we have someone else that's banged up on the active roster?
Lester Cotton.
Okay, Lester Cotton. Yeah, okay, there you go. So there's a couple right there for sure. And then, so any of the guys that are injured, it'll obviously be the first week inactives. And then it could change from week to week once people start getting, cleared up and there's just whatever matchups the coach thinks better that they need whatever player, but that's a couple, Scotty, but very good question. I'm going to have to do I hate throwing names out there without actually thinking about it, but that's a good question, Scotty.
It's crazy, but like this is being the second year in the Mike McDaniel's offense, the second year of him being the head coach. It's really weird because like during the preseason, I noticed he started to get back into what he was doing last year. And as soon as it happened and it didn't work, the next drive he came out and it was my way. It was the way I wanted to do it. And he would run the ball, anything 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4 and under, and he's running it. Like, I think this is the philosophy going forward. I think Mike McDaniels is ready to blow up. I think he realized that he needs to get out of his own way. I think he realized that last season he learned a lot. Someone like me was seeing it right while he was doing it, and I was like, no, you just need to run the ball. And now I think he realizes like, hey, I need to stick to my guns here. I'm a run game coordinator. I can figure out a way to get us 4 yards. So I think this is what's going to happen, and that's why the tight ends have been brought in this way. Like, if you play tight end, you have to block. That's why Kroft is here. Tyler Kroft knows this offense. Tyler Kroft is very familiar with a Mike McDaniels and a Mike McDaniels offense, a Mike McDaniels scheme, what he wants him to do, exactly how he needs to seal the guy out to his ground points. You know what I mean? When I say a ground point, that's like to the spot they're trying to have you get to on the field, then make the block at that particular point. So all those ground points they need these guys to get to. Someone like a Julian Hill probably doesn't know that ground point right now, but Tyler Kroft does.
Right.
That's the reason why they're bringing these tight ends in. This is huge. It's a big part of what we're getting ready to do here.
Yeah, well, I hope so. And you always say that tight end is like one of the toughest, if not the toughest positions to learn as a rookie.
It is.
And he's coming from a small school on top of everything else. So, he should be good.
It's true. But sometimes your heart and your heart and your determination, that hard work and luck overcomes talent. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just, you're like, no, I want this that bad that I'm going to prove to everybody that I can do it. And that's Julian Hill right now. He's overcoming all the odds. And I'll be honest with you, I couldn't be happier for the young man. I really couldn't.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. If I could find that speech George has on one of his shorts or on Twitter, I would play it. It's really good. He is a guy that speaks from the heart. He tells these guys, he goes, no one even knew my name when I walked on. And, it's just like the coaches didn't even know who I was. So I just said, I'm going to catch the ball every single time they throw it to me. I'm going to do whatever they say every single time. And, he goes, before you know it, here I am, so.
That's exactly right. That's a guy who's relishing his moments. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he's like, every time that they call on me to make a block, I'm going to make my block. Every time they call on me to make the catch, I'm going to make the catch. Like, that's someone who's like, I'm going to make the most of every opportunity that I'm given. And I'll be honest with you, straight up. This is from coach talk to your guys' mouth. Those are the kind of guys I'm looking to fill my football team with.
All right. No, it's good. You got to really see that video. It got me motivated. George. You got me motivated when you put. Where did you find that, DG?
You know, every time we draft players, UDFAs, I automatically go do my research on them. Like
Wow.
UDFA,
Yeah,
it don't
we
even
got
matter
it.
who you are. If you're a Dolphin, I'm gonna do my research on you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff, man. Good work right there, DG.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
I'm a
Justin has
Westview
its.
alum.
Yeah. Hey, no, he's saying he already. I don't know if you guys have dug into any scouting yet, but I know you guys do at some point. He's some center. He's saying that's on his eye.
Yeah, out of West Virginia. I know who he's
West
talking
Virginia.
about.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep, absolutely. I don't know. I watched that FSU game last night, and I know a guy who I had at the top of my board last year, which was that Jared Verse. He's right there at the top of my board again this year. He's the number one pass rusher in the league, in the nation right now. That Jared Verse is legit, man.
Oh no, he is.
Remember
He
the
showed
name,
out. He showed
Jared
last
Verse.
night.
All
Yeah.
talent. Kid's
No,
gonna
it's
be.
gonna top end talent's already looking very good for the 2024 draft. So
That
those
was
teams,
such a nice move he hit the dude with, dude, at the out there. I don't know if you guys seen it, but he hit him with the rip chop. So that's how he cleared the dude out of there. Looked like Aaron Donald over there with the rip chop. I was like, oh my god.
yeah. Well,
what other prospects you're looking at FSU, like Justin?
I'll be definitely looking at the quarterback, the Jordan Travis kid for sure. Also I'll be checking out I know they got some receivers over there too, and backs. Obviously,
the Wilson guy had it, but he's good. But he dropped some balls, but he's good.
Yeah.
But what's the name of the kid that's real tall, like 6'7"?
Oh man, I ain't got his name off the top of my head right now.
I know, just like some huge kid there, and they were saying if he makes the NFL roster, he'd be the second tallest receiver to ever play, only behind Harold Carmichael.
Huh.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah,
All I know is that the FSU looks like they're pretty loaded, like they're ready to go.
I have FSU friends, so they're letting me know, and they know my son goes to the Gators, so they're picking on me. I'm like, hey, I'm not like a diehard Gator fan. You can't pick on me. See, George, they would be picking me because he's really. I just started once my money started going to UF, started rooting for UF, but I don't have that diehard yet in me like I do with my Dolphins or my Boston Red Sox. But Scotty, I know West Virginia, I know Fulton Walker. I don't know if you're old enough to know who Fulton Walker was. He's passed away, but he went to West Virginia, and he's the one that returned the Super Bowl. So
yeah, what Scotty just said right there is where I'm at with college football right now. There's so many transfers and things going on everywhere. I don't even know. I'm lost right now. I got to get caught up.
Yeah. Hey, there's your buddy, George, Jamaican from Zion.
Wagwan.
He comes into our shows regularly now, so thank you, George, for bringing him into Dolphins Thirsty Land. So I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, guys, that's it, man. When you know Justin, you know me well. This is my time. I got a bell. It's only 11 a.m. here on the East Coast, but I got a schedule that makes me eat lunch around this time. So, guys, as always, big fins up to you guys. Any final thoughts? We got any final things you want to say before I close out with my Dolphin Thirsty video?
Let's make it happen. Sunday, let's make it happen.
Give yourself a promo, George. Where can they find you, just in case you're joining us right now?
Y'all can find me on Twitter at DG Live. You can find me on Instagram at DG Live. I will start posting on Instagram very, very soon. So y'all don't worry. And on top of that, I do have another YouTube channel. Once I get some more time on my hands to post videos on that one, I will be dropping like regular reaction videos to like other things other than football. So y'all go check that out. It's all in a link in my video. So if y'all want to see the exact page, that's where you can find me at.
All right, sounds cool. And Justin, if they want to buy, let's see if I still have my. Yes, I do. I took it away too quick. There, guys, if you need any gear that you're not going to click, I hope on my link and give me a little commission. But then if not, go buy from Justin. He's a really good guy. He gets it. It's not stuff you will find on Fanatics necessarily, but he can give you some good deals, and he will hook you up the best he can. So that's right. That's what he does. And it's not just Dolphins. If you're like whatever team you like that you happen upon this video, he can get it on almost any sport. So
absolutely.
All right. So there you guys go. And like I say, remember, guys, It's always good to be a Dolphin fan, even if it's been way too long since we've won. And I would appreciate a thumbs up on the way out. And that's it, man. Here we go.
He
Dolphins
who laughs
number one.
last best, baby.
Yeah, there you go. All right, guys, fins up.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, man, he knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins.